Speaking of kicking 100 goals, no, not many people do that.
No.
Not
It
many.
is an achievement.
It's,
Duck, you won a Coleman?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Greatest forward of all time hasn't won the goal kicking award.
So we went up to Upwey Tacoma a couple of weeks ago. We entertained them in a way that they still can't believe. The people walking around shocked up there, they just can't. I can't believe what the couple of hours they received.
No rubber band story, Tim.
And BT, for about 20 minutes, just completely dominated the stage. Have a listen.
I won't take you through the 100 goals. I'll just take you through the last two. So this is actually a true story. So
you're on 98.
So you should listen to this. I'll start the story, Duck. You just listen in. So here we are. We're playing St Kilda in the last game of the year. Collingwood have to win to make the final, sir. And St Kilda also have to win. Very important for the teams to win to make the finals. I need 2 goals to become the 4th player in Collingwood's history to kick 100 goals. And you're all going, wow, what about that? What a great achievement that would be. So we went out to Waverley, last game of the year, finals riding on it for both sides. I'm playing on Danny Frawley, great mate of mine. Thick as a brick though, Spud. You all know Spud. Has not got one single brain cell left in his head. He comes from a little place called Bungaree on the side of a volcano. It erupted one day and washed out his brains. But anyway, as we went out to this game at Waverley, and I'm thinking about becoming the 4th player in Collingwood's history to kick 100 goals. I'm thinking I'm pretty special. Don't worry about the King or Lockett, who are all playing then, but weren't in line to win the Coleman on this particular time. Anyway, I went out the first 5 minutes of the game. I let out strongly and took a big overhead mark. I went back and I slotted it through for my 99th. It was like shelling peas. It was that easy. It was just unbelievable. Kicked my 99th, but in taking the whopper mark that I did take at the start of that game, I strained my groin. I was unable to move and I was confined to the goal square. So some people would say that that's where I operated anyway, but never really got. But quarter time came. Lee Matthews comes up to me and he says, Brian, what's wrong with you? I said, Lee, I've done my groin. He said, well, you better come off the ground. I said, Lee, I'm about to become the 4th player in Collingwood's history to kick 100. He said, Brian, we got to win to make the finals. I said, Lee, the finals. This is about Coleman medal and 100 goals, mate. The final, that can happen in the last quarter. Let's get the second quarter out of the way first. And Lee Matthews wouldn't normally do this, Duck. He wouldn't normally sort of let you do that. He'd sort of say, no, well, Brian, on your way. But I knew I wasn't going to play in any of the finals because I had a really bad groin. And so I had to get out there straight away. Really, I didn't care about the team. I just cared about me. And this is one, as I was walking back to full forward, Lee Matthews said to me, he said, just as I left, he said, you've got 3 minutes and then I'm going to send the runner out to pull you off. And I said, shit, that's never happened either, Lee. Anyway, I went back out and I walked past the umpires in the middle ground. True as I am sitting here now, there was a guy, umpire by the name of Peter Cameron, bald-headed guy, you may all remember him. He was the brother-in-law of David Cloak, who was our vice-captain at the time, good friend of mine. He said to me, just stay in front of Frawley, we know what's wrong with you, Brian. I've gone, yeah. So I've walked down to full forward with my leg following me. It's dangling. And you wouldn't believe it, the ball was a kick and a half away on centre wing. Umpire Peter Cameron, remember, he's the brother-in-law of David Cloak, our vice-captain, good mate of mine. Free kick downfield to Taylor. Those downfield thought something happened upfield and those upfield thought something happened downfield. No one knew what happened. Free kick to Taylor, 25 metres out directly in front. I'm about to become the 4th player in Collingwood's history to kick 100. The runners circling around me, ready to take me off the moment I become this incredible Coleman medal 400 goal champion. I kicked it out of bounds on the full. The runner's coming towards me. Just as I got there, I gave him a bit of a coat hanger and got rid of him for a couple more moments. True. And you wouldn't believe it, on the opposite wing, not more than 30 seconds later, Peter Cameron, the brother-in-law of David Cloak, vice-captain, free kick, downfield to Taylor. Those upfield, something happened to downfield. No one knew what happened. There was about 55 metres out directly in front. Remember, I couldn't really kick. I had nothing left. And 55, I went back and I slotted the goal. I know you want to... Don't applaud. Don't applaud. I slotted the goal. I became the 4th player in Collingwood's history to kick 100 goals. And I won the Coleman medal. Not yet. Not yet. I won and in those days, we used to go into the rooms after the game, have a drink with the opposition, have a drink with the umpires, and I went up to Peter Cameron, the brother-in-law of David Cloke, vice-captain, good mate. I said, Peter, in 10 years, you did not give me one free kick. Why in one quarter would you give me 2 free kicks? And he said, Taylor at the start of the year was 80 to 1. He said, I had $10 on you. So...
Oh, palm of your head. In the palm, Bristol. Nice work.
It gets better, Jim, doesn't it?
Beautiful.
Is that completely true?
Yeah, it is.
So you shouldn't have kicked 100.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Is there any part of it that's true? Is more the question I'd like to ask.
They loved it in Adelaide during the week too.
Ask them to have a look in the history books, Bristol. It's etched in there.
Yep, hard to win.